Hi guys, it's Mr. Fed. Welcome back to the channel. I am back in the man cave, and today it is my turn to give my thoughts on Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Nintendo Switch 2. The first thing I'll say about this game is thank you, Donkey Kong, isn't it? Donkey Kong to the rescue, because the Nintendo Switch 2 I felt was having a little bit of an identity crisis. This game feels like the first true Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive that you can play, and it's an absolute banger. I mean, they have knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm just going to give it a score straight off the bat. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I have put 40 hours into this game, and I have finished this game, the core game, so I've beaten the boss and I've seen the credits roll. There is loads of post-credit gameplay, so I'm currently involved in that post-credit gameplay, and that gives you the opportunity to take your fully powered Donkey Kong back through some of these amazing levels, to explore these levels with your new powers and get all these like hundreds upon hundreds of collectibles that you can get. So your main collectibles are your bananas and your fossils. The premise of the game is obviously that someone has stolen Donkey Kong's bananas and he needs to go and get them back. So you travel through these levels, getting all your bananas back, and that's the only premise you need. You only need a reason to play the game, and that for me is as good as reason as any. And these levels are absolutely gorgeous, to the T. Now, even though it's not really an open world game, the levels are quite linear. They're done in such a way where every single square inch of these levels needs to be explored in case there's a treasure chest, there's a map, there's gold, in case there's a fossil or a banana. Every single square inch of these level is begging to be explored. You will not miss a single iota of any of these levels. And that's great, and that's what I like a game to be. It's different in the sense of Super Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey does prevent you with sort of higher, more difficult enemies, and some more engaging platform challenges. But this game here, if you prefer your platformers to be rooted in more kind of exploration and taking your time and looking at every single detail in these levels, then this game is absolutely for you. And it's absolutely for me as well. Now, Donkey Kong has a skill tree, so there are some kind of role-playing game elements. If you get 5 bananas, you get a skill point, and you can level up Donkey Kong. So in the first couple of levels, there might be some terrain that Donkey Kong might have difficulties exploring or difficulties traversing through. Once you've powered up Donkey Kong, he is a tough and he is a strong SOB. So he can come back to those early levels by way of a transporter, if you want to use a transporter, and he'll be smashing up those early levels in absolutely no time. Outside of the skill tree, Donkey Kong has other abilities. He's got Bonanzas. So Bonanzas will turn Donkey Kong, I suppose, into kind of like an ancient god. One of the ancients will pass him a power, and he can turn into a snake, and the snake will allow him to jump and hide and into places or previously unreachable places. He can turn into an ostrich, and by way of turning into an ostrich, he can fly. He can turn into an elephant, and by way of turning into an elephant, he can just suck up and destroy terrain at will. I mean, that was perfectly, my favourite Bonanza was definitely the elephant. Once you get that elephant Bonanza and you start destroying that terrain and finding those treasure chests and finding those maps, then you start uncovering fossils and bananas in no time at all. I mean, that was a really great Bonanza. He can transfer into a stronger version of himself, which will allow him to smash steel. So previously in the early levels, you'll get some steel that you can't break. When you get that Bonanza, you can break it. So you'll go back, break the steel, and it'll open up new parts of the level. So you're constantly going back and forth through these levels, and that's not a bad thing, because every time you go back, you find something new. You have a new ability that can open up another part of the level and collect more bananas and more fossils. He also can has clothes, so your fossils are a currency, and you can buy clothes with these fossils as well. And these fossils will upgrade your armor. These fossils will, so they will allow you to swim faster. They'll allow you to move through terrain faster. They'll allow you to collect more gold. And sometimes it's just fun to give Donkey Kong a new look. I mean, the clothes look great. Donkey Kong's fur, the detail is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think I've seen the detail in it like in a Nintendo Switch game like it before. Which is good, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is a next-gen console, so you expect those kind of higher improved graphics and improved frame rates. And this game demonstrates everything about the Nintendo Switch 2 over the Switch in absolute buckets and spades. So those are my thoughts. Those are my initial thoughts. I just want to keep this video short and sweet, really. I did pay £66.99 for this game, so 67 quid. I pre-ordered it off the Nintendo UK shop. The only thing disappointing about it is normally when you pre-order something from the Nintendo UK shop, you normally get like a freebie with it, don't you? Like a keyring or a poster. So when I pre-ordered Metroid Dread, I got a free poster which I've not taken out of its pack. When I pre-ordered Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I got some postcards which I've incidentally not taken out of the pack as well, and I've got a free Metroid Dread book. When I did Splatoon, I got pin ties when I pre-ordered Splatoon. But with Donkey Kong Bonanza, unfortunately, you don't get anything. You don't even get any sort of decent sort of inlaid cover art, really, so that was a bit disappointing. But the game has been absolutely fantastic. As I said, I've put 40 hours into it. It took me 40 hours to complete. I reckon there's about another 10 hours of post-credit gameplay which I'm currently working my way through, so I'm going to do my absolute best to get all these bananas and all these fossils that you need to collect. And when I say there are hundreds, I mean there are literally hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds. There is so much to collect and explore here. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, why am I giving it a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10? I guess I save my 10 out of 10s for games that I put maybe 80, 90 or 100 hours into. As I said, I'll probably have this done and dusted within 50 hours. So I think that's the only reason I'm going to drop off a point. But I mean, it's a bit of a pedantic reason, to be honest, isn't it? It's a bit of a pedantic reason. But yeah, I cannot praise this game enough. If you have a Nintendo Switch 2, if you've had any doubts about getting Donkey Kong Bonanza, this is a fantastic game for any level of platforming ability. You will not be disappointed, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I will see you in the next one.